Hello, my loves. Welcome to my channel. This is going to be a energy update, a download, if you will. If you clicked on this video, then I definitely feel like that was not by mistake. I just want to say right off the bat that this may be a kind of sensitive video, okay? Readings like this can be really difficult to hear. So if you don't feel like this reading would be for you, then please do not watch it, okay? If you are brand new to my channel, welcome. So I'm going to jump right in, okay? To show your support, you can subscribe and thumbs up and check out the links in the box below on how to support, okay? In other ways, check out other videos. And of course, by tapping on my YouTube channel name, you could see the variety of videos that are actually up and available, okay? So let's get into it, all right? We have a pretty deep reading here to cover. So for those who need this reading, I pray that you find this video. And for those who are going to be watching this video, I hope that you get the messages you need. Okay? I'm going to begin. All right, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. All right, let's begin. Excuse me. So the energy that I'm picking up right now is an energy around the divine masculine, okay? I feel like there is a karmic partner around this collective of DMs, okay? It's definitely not a soulmate, okay? This is absolutely a karmic or a third party, okay? Or a third party, okay? Now, the download that I'm getting is that this karmic that I'm seeing has been plotting on the divine masculine for quite some time. Okay. And so for a lot of these karmics right now, it does feel like they are ready to take it up a notch and to secure their spot. Okay. Now, if you are a divine feminine watching this video, I think the reason why you're watching this video is because your intuition could be telling you to protect your divine masculine. I think that for a lot of divine feminines watching this video, this could be a scenario where maybe you're wanting to rush back in because you're afraid that there could be something majorly here that turns for the worst. So the divine feminine is extremely abundant right now, Okay, we have the card of blossoming abundance. So I definitely feel like the masculine is realizing that the feminine energy, his divine counterpart or her, not gender specific, but the DF is really abundant and in their personal power and making things happen. And I get this very, I want to say like strange energy with the karmic where it feels like the karmic is the complete opposite, and it feels like this karmic is trying to go to the divine feminine, the divine masculine, and almost beg and plead for help. And this is how the karmic is going to weasel the way back into the divine masculine's life. Okay, I'm going to grab something real quick and come right back after I pull these 3 cards. This is live, so I don't edit my videos most of the time unless I have to. So I'm going to grab something real quick and I'll be right back, okay? Real quick, you all right? Okay, I'm back as promised, you all right? Okay, so we have third eye chakra. And I understand that for a lot of you, this could be a very hard reading. So for those new live viewers who just tuned in, there could be a lot of things that come out in this reading. And, I just want you all to be strong, okay? All right. Balance, third eye chakra. Seek well-deserved reward. Okay, so exactly my point. This karmic that I'm picking up on is really under the assumption that they have saved your divine masculine, that they have saved the DM from some kind of trauma or some kind of situation. And I just heard the phrase "the payback." I think that's like a James, not is that a Ray Charles or some kind of singer? I just heard the song "The Payback." Let me look that up. The Big Payback. James Brown. There we go. Yeah, I just heard that song in my head, you all. James Brown, Payback. So it does feel like this karmic is feeling like they deserve something that spirit is actually saying they don't deserve. And this is surrounding, I feel, money. This is also surrounding a child. This is also surrounding moving in or long-term commitment or marriage. Okay. There could even be some karmics watching, so welcome. I don't know, maybe. Oh my God. Okay. Find balance again. So because I keep getting the balance card and it feels kind of nifty, this is making me feel here that the masculine is trying to have their cake and eat it too. Okay, that's exactly what I'm getting. So this divine masculine and karmic energy are like one and the same. Like right now, they're one and the same. Okay. It's kind of like an opportunist energy where they can get in, they want to fit in. So basically, to translate that down, it means wanting to take something that maybe does not belong to you. That's how I'm interpreting this card right here and this card right here. So the karmic and the DM are pretty similar in that perspective, where they will take something and not necessarily actually deserve it. I'll repeat that. The karmic and the DM are similar in the perspective of they'll take something but not necessarily deserve it. The divine feminine is the complete opposite. The divine feminine is never going to wish or ask or take anything that they don't feel is a blessing and for their higher self and they deserve. So the divine feminine is way more careful. The divine feminine is way more aware of that sometimes shit is covered in glitter, and not everything that sparkles is gold. So the feminine energy is definitely more balanced, and not like a fake balance, like is really able to look at a situation and determine if something is good for the person or not. Where with this karmic and masculine energy, it feels like whatever they can take, they'll get, because they have a scarce mindset. It's like the devil could present something to these people and they would not be able to tell the difference, because they're so greedy, because they're so needy, because they're so desperate. The karmic and the DM right now are in a very desperate energy. So if this karmic goes back to the divine masculine with this a victim mentality, and the divine masculine gobbles it up and buys that BS, it's no wonder why a pregnancy or moving in or buying a house together or buying an apartment or renting could come up, because they're literally one and the same. Look at this card, daydreams and decisions. So it feels like the divine masculine is dreaming about the divine feminine, but this energy feels like the feminine is very far away. Okay. I feel like the feminine is not in really any contact with the masculine whatsoever. All right. Think about this, you all. Okay. So let's pull one more card for this spread over here. So right now, so I'm going to be very honest, okay? And this is not for everybody. Like I said at the very beginning, this reading is definitely not for everybody. So if you do not, I'm going to keep saying it because people are so sensitive on the internet. I'm going to keep saying it. If this reading is not for you, please do not watch it. Okay. If you're just watching it for entertainment, that's fine. That's what I would do. Okay. But if you are taking on a message that is not your own, you will feel bad. Okay. If this message is actually for you, you're not going to feel some kind of way. End of story. Okay. And I have to make that known, because not every tarot reading is for every single person. And that's important to note. Okay. So continuing, I'm going to be honest with you all. It definitely feels like the masculine has adopted some of the karmic's behavioral patterns. This is how it's coming across to me, you all. Okay. It definitely feels like the masculine has learned a lot of tricks from this karmic partner. And so the divine masculine, it feels like, is kind of going backwards and is not growing out of these old tricks and old ways of dealing with people. You know, it feels like this masculine energy is kind of out to excuse me, kind of out to make this feminine feel bad. It's freezing, you all. So excuse me, I'm just going to edit that out. It's been a long week. I'm going to edit that all out, so don't worry, you all. Okay. If I have to go again and sneeze, I apologize, but I'm only human, okay? Be right back. I'm going to keep going, you all. Okay, I'm back. All right. I'll just edit that out because this is live. So, and while I was up, you all, I really felt like telling other feminines that it's time to rest their body. I am a DF, if you guys could not tell. So, you know, DFs have been working incredibly hard. You know, divine feminines have been working their ass off, including myself. So I am a little bit under the weather, but I will be fine. Okay. So if you guys want to send some beautiful white and pink light my way and yellow, I would appreciate it. All right. Because I am tired, and I think that's important to note, that when you can share from personal experience, it makes a reading that much sweeter. So if you are divine feminine watching and you're also a little bit under the weather and exhausted, really take some time for yourself. Okay. And that's what I'm going to do as well. I've been doing that like all day. I finally let my body just relax and sleep, because I really was not doing that. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So back to the reading. I do feel like the karmic and the divine masculine are helping each other with this giving and receiving card. Okay. I definitely feel very strongly that they could be helping each other financially, for those who resonate with that. There's going to be a lot of different messages in this video. You know, there's going to be a combination, I think, for different collectives. Okay. So whatever just resonates, just take and apply, and whatever doesn't, just kind of tune out. Okay. Thank you. rebuild and reverse. And so why do I get this strange energy, you all, that this divine masculine is trying to like get revenge on the feminine? I don't know why I get that, but it feels like that. You know, like the more cards I'm pulling, it feels like this karmic and DM are totally okay with plotting, scheming their way to each other's heart at this moment in time. This karmic that I'm picking up on, it does feel like has other lovers. So if you've ever caught your divine masculine's karmic with other people, they also have other people. So it's not just like the DM is with this karmic on and off. It feels like this karmic also has other people too. Okay. So the divine masculine is really putting themselves in a very bad position. And what's very clear to me, based upon these cards here, is that the feminine does not want to be a part of this. Okay. The feminine definitely does not want to be entertained by this shenanigan. Okay. I don't feel like the feminine is in contact with the masculine for the most part. If you are feminine watching and you are in contact with your divine masculine, my advice would be to my strong advice would be to read between the lines. Okay, like, you know, if you guys are having a conversation and something feels a bit off, if you want to bring up something, I would say go for it. Okay, because they're not going to tell you um the whole truth. Unfortunately, they're not going to tell you like that this karmic cheated and this karmic is planning to trap them with a baby. You know, they may not even be aware of this unless the divine masculine actually watches this video 9 out of 10 times. They may not even know that this is what's coming up in their life, and they're just living haphazardly. And so the only person who has this intuition and this know-how is the divine feminine. So this is what's so crazy about this that I'm picking up, you all, is like, if the divine feminine is not around, the divine masculine does not know a villain from a superhero, is what I'm getting. They don't know the difference. They can't distinguish the difference, okay? They can't distinguish like who is really being honest with them and who is like lying to them. Okay? So this karmic definitely has multiple people, okay? Victory. I'm going to pull a clarifier for that card. We have the card of victory, number 28. Okay. And I'm getting a strong download here. Okay. The collective of divine feminines are trying to send a message to the divine masculine that if they're going to be hanging out with people like this, they're never going to return. Okay. Never is a strong word. I would not use the word never, but maybe because the feminine is so fed up with this that the feminine is like, I am never going to entertain the masculine as long as they're caught up in this. Okay? And the masculine energy is not very intelligent. And I'm not trying to be like funny, but the masculine energy does not strike me as enlightened. It doesn't strike me as intelligent, because if the masculine was intelligent in this scenario, they'd be able to see that this karmic is trying to keep them in this dark downward spiral, and the karmic could put the divine masculine basically in a spiritual chokehold that they may not be able to come out of for like a very long time. We're getting some very interesting cards here. We have the card of action, victory, and magician, and the mirror. Listen in reverse. Okay, so that's my point. That's my point. I feel like the feminine has tried to warn the masculine, but the masculine is not listening. That's the point I'm making. So the feminine, now to some masculines watching, you may not want to hear this, but the feminine is not going to save you, okay? And listen good, okay? In this scenario that I'm seeing, for those of you who can resonate, or those of you who feel like this message is ringing true for you, regardless of what you are, the karmic, the DM, or the DF, basically third party, okay? The feminine is not going to save the divine masculine. The feminine is not going to, let's say, travel the blazing seas and jump through hoops to get this message to the masculine. They're not going to do it. Okay. So, divine masculine, you're on your own. It's going to be your karma, literally. And that's what I'm seeing. Okay. That is straight up what I'm seeing. Like, straight up. It's going to be your problem and your problem only. If anything happens, this divine feminine is not going to help you raise a karmic child, okay? The feminine does not want to be caught up in this. So if this is what is going on for like a lot of you, and you're a DM watching, this is why the DF is not entertaining you right now, because they're not trying to be a part of this. They're not trying to be a part of this at all, like at all. So if you're expecting the divine feminine to just sit there and take this, then you have another thing coming, okay? So what I'm getting right now is that this is the karmic and the DF. The DF is over here, and this is the DM and the Karmic. Okay, so Divine Masculine and the Karmic is over here, and this is the Divine Feminine. Okay, now, interesting, we have the Sun card at the bottom of the deck, okay? So this does feel like the feminine's child or future children will be blessed. I'm hearing a dowry, I'm hearing wealth, financial stability, okay? So spirit is showing the complete opposite, okay? The feminine has this card. This was the last card that I saw when I pulled the rest of the cards for the spread. So the feminine is blessed. The feminine is well taken care of. But then we go back to the Karmic and DM energy, and we're in this kind of chokehold of manipulation, okay? At the bottom of the deck, we have feeling alone, feeling alone. So this almost feels like the Karmic, there's an airplane, I don't know if you guys can hear it just pass by. That could be a confirmation or a sign for someone. That probably didn't happen by mistake. That could be a symbol for someone, okay? Like somebody's flying away is what I just got. Okay, so at the bottom of the deck, we have the card of feeling alone. So I'm going to leave you all to make your own connection with that. Okay, that's for the karmic side. So, karmic, it could be a situation where you're getting pregnant, but you're going to be alone. You're going to feel alone because you both are not listening to your intuition. Like you think that this is some kind of bond, but it's really a trauma bond. It's really, you also manipulating. I think that you and the DM are fabulous manipulators. Okay. Yeah. So that's what I'm getting with that. No offense, but that's what I'm getting. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and put the Sun card in the middle. Let's grab this deck over here. Okay. Chemistry in reverse. So here's what's really going to go down. So while this Karmic and the DM are playing games, what Spirit is trying to show you both is that you don't have a chemistry. You don't have a pure chemistry. You may have the sexual attraction. I'm speaking for the Karmic and the DM now, okay? They may have the sexual attraction, but they don't have genuine chemistry. Chemistry in reverse. And then with the Divine Feminine, at the bottom of the deck, we have new love very soon. So this is more so, I think, for people who have been dealing with this connection, the twin flame connection in specific. Could be soulmate too, but it's feeling very much twin flame here for like a long time. And so it could be a scenario where the feminine is finding love elsewhere while the divine masculine is being tricked and bamboozled and taken advantage of. And he's also taking advantage of the karmic as well. Okay, make no mistake about that. Let's pull some cards and see what would happen if the feminine found somebody else. let's look into that potential storyline here. Okay. So show me some cards for if the feminine found someone else. Let's see what that timeline would look like. Okay. And immediately I'm getting this masculine energy, like saying, no, 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 no. Well, let's look into it. Okay. Let's see what the cards would look like if the feminine finds new love. Okay. Because that's where it's heading right now. Okay. Door to spirit. Let me show you these cards before we switch out. Door to spirit. Door to romance. These are the cards the feminine got. The feminine got door to spirit, door to romance. So this is like obviously saying there's a transition, you know, like there is a change in the wind is how I'm going to interpret that. Okay. Victory was on the feminine side. Angel of balance. So spirit is funny. So as you guys remember, on the karmic and DM side with these cards, we had find balance. Let me show you. We had the card of find balance, right? So that's showing that they're missing the feminine's light. The feminine is the angel of balance. You see that? So the feminine already has it. The masculine and the karmic are missing that. They don't have that balance. They don't have that light. They're just in darkness. Okay. Action, magician and the mirror. Blossoming abundance. Sixth chakra. And first chakra was in reverse. Okay, so I would research what the first chakra is, because the first chakra card was in reverse. Okay, so that could be like that could be symbolizing a block, and you know, some part of this needs to be unblocked. Okay. Okay. So the masculine energy does not want me to look into the feminine finding new love. Well, too bad. Let's pull some cards and see. Okay, that's just too damn bad. All right. So I'm going to look into the timeline now of the feminine finding new love, okay? Adjustments are required at the bottom of the deck. Okay. So having to adjust feminine. Needing to adjust, actually. Let's see. So we have the first sign of this, see? Reconciliation in reverse. Passion in reverse. True love upright. So this feels like the feminine at this point, okay, would be aware of the deception and would choose to seek true love is how it's coming across to me. Okay, let's pull some more and see with the romance angel. Free yourself. So see, this would be like an active pursuit for the feminine to get out of this third party, to get out of this connection. Yeah. Yeah. with a soulmate. You can't make these cards up. With a soulmate. That's what would happen here. The feminine would actively pursue to not reconcile, like consciously to free itself and go towards a soulmate. That's exactly what the cards are saying here. If the karmic gets pregnant, if the karmic comes back with a DM, the feminine would be doing this. The feminine would be actively with a soulmate, a new love, a true love that's playful and fun in spirit. That's what the cards say. Okay, straight up. This could be the one. So the feminine could come across somebody else who they feel is the one, okay? It feels like the passion for the masculine would be drained, because I have these two cards in reverse at the top of the spread, which is very telling to me. I'm asking about a potential timeline. So we have reconciliation reverse and passion reverse. And what I'm also getting is that this could have happened already for a lot of feminines, where they have met somebody else and they could be getting married, okay? So I am seeing marriage. I am seeing marriage for the feminines. And I'm not, I'm just telling you exactly what I see here. If this is, what would really happen, okay? For those who are curious and just want a sign, a confirmation, some info, all right? I'm just here to help, and it's not going to be for all of you. Like I said, don't take what does not resonate, okay? Thank you. Step out of your comfort zone. See, the feminine, I feel, would really blossom here, because at that point, they'd be able to receive something. They would be like, their energy would be clear enough where they could receive a soulmate. That's what would happen, okay? We have the deception card in the middle. So that shows me that the only way that they would move on to a soulmate is if they have caught on to some kind of deception and they want to free themselves, rid themselves of any kind of dark energy that most likely would be tied to the masculine energy, okay? Just keeping it 100% real and funky with y'all, all right? Okay. The energy is changing here. I could feel it in these cards, you all. So let's see what's going on. Give me some, 10 of Cups. So this is like emotional fulfillment. So the feminine would turn away from the lies and would have emotional fulfillment. Now, I know some divine masculines and maybe even karmics don't like that, but that's what I'm seeing here, okay? They would get clarity. The feminine would get clarity. The cards don't lie, okay? The feminine would get clarity about this deception with the Tower. Okay, could be some Scorpio energy. That's Scorpio energy to me. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Yeah, 10 of Swords reverse. See? So we're going from a 10 of Swords reverse to the 10 of Cups and the Ace of Wands upright. This is a new relationship, okay? This is a new long-term relationship for the feminine. The feminine would have a soulmate, okay? The divine masculine would have a karmic, okay? Would be trapped with this karmic and that child, okay? Or children, okay? That's what would happen if this is the timeline that I'm getting here, okay? For those who can resonate, all right? like I said, this could have happened already to quite a few of you that I'm picking up here. So I'm just basically saying and telling like your life right now, your life situation right now. New beginning. New beginning. See, the feminine would have a fresh, clean slate away from the toxic energy, drama, and the lies. So do with this information as you will, okay? Do with this information as you will. The Devil, okay? Three of Swords. Ace of Pentacles reverse. And there she is, Divine Feminine, okay? Now, it's not gender specific, but the Empress is a female, okay? A woman. So there is a lady, the Empress, okay? So that is solidifying what I'm saying. The Empress would have eventually a brand new beginning and emotional fulfillment. So the feminine is not going to be without, okay? Like the universe is not going to have the feminine be barren and go without, right? Like the Empress card also represents pregnancy too. So I think that the feminine, like the Empress, I'm pulling the Empress card next to the soulmate card. Now let me just pull some cards and see how the masculine would feel. How would the masculine feel if this is what the feminine would do? I'm just curious. I'm just curious. Let's see what the masculine would think if the feminine had this happily ever after with a soulmate. Let's just see how the masculine would feel. Show me some cards for how the masculine would feel. Three of Cups reversed. So the masculine would still want to be a part of the feminine's life. He or she would be a third wheel. Okay. Basically the masculine would still be on the sidelines, basically looking at this, I think, from a distant point of view is what I'm getting. Like the masculine would be still able to feel and see that the feminine is in their power. I really feel like the feminine would be in its power. How would the masculine feel? How would the masculine feel if the feminine moved on, or if the karmic had a child, if the karmic was with the masculine like permanently? What would be the masculine's feelings towards this right here? Magician. Very interesting. Very interesting. They would feel like this is not justice. The masculine would feel like this is not justice. This is not fair. Okay. They would still want to, I think, watch the feminine. I'm getting stalk the feminine. I feel like the masculine would stalk the feminine. And it does feel like there would be a third party. This is what I'm getting. Okay. It still feels like this masculine would be around, which is strange to me. But it feels like the masculine energy would still be trying to decide. So here's what I want people to realize at this point. This is just like a hypothetical timeline. At this point, the feminine would have already chose this new partner. Okay. This is what I'm getting. Okay. This may be a little bit sensitive for some people, but like I said, if you don't like the reading, you can't hear stuff like this, don't watch. Okay. Period. You have every opportunity to click off, to not watch if this is not what you want to hear. Okay. We're adults. All right. Okay. So at this point, with a 10 of Cups, put this deck down here, with a 10 of Cups, the Empress, and the Fool, right? At that, way before this point with the masculine, the feminine would have already chose this, would already chose to free themselves from this heartache, okay, from the devil energy, which is also the ego, okay? They would have chosen already to not be so caught up in the ego and go towards happiness, go towards a new beginning, okay? That's what I'm seeing. Now, simultaneously, I'm asking this deck of cards about the masculine, how the masculine would feel if they had the karmic pregnant, or if they were with the karmic, but they were also looking at the feminine, right? We got the Three of Cups reversed, which shows me that the masculine with a Two of Wands would have not made up their mind. They still would have not chosen who to be with. But at that point, the feminine, basically it'd be too late. The feminine would still be in a happy, I want to say, marriage with a soulmate, and they would already have made that decision, but the masculine would still be at a crossroads. So basically the masculine would feel that it's not over, but it is though. Okay? So I'm hearing some masculines say, how can they get out of this? Well, at that point, you can't. I mean, if you had somebody else pregnant, or you're with a karmic, as I said earlier in the reading, if you were listening, the feminine is not going to entertain this, okay? The feminine does not do third parties, okay? The feminine does not do third parties. The true feminine energy does not entertain third parties. The feminine would want to free itself of this, okay? It would not want to stay in this energy. So I don't know why the masculine's not understanding. So I'm just getting intuitively, the masculine is saying, how can they get out of that? Well, at that point, you can't, okay? Because you would be, so to speak, tying up your boat with the wrong sailor, okay? You already, like, so basically the masculine would think that they have an opportunity to jump ship when they feel like it, which I think is bad. You don't, okay? If you bring a child into the world, if you are living with a karmic, you're the karmic's property. You would be the karmic's property, okay? You and the karmic would be tying your ship together and sinking, okay? That's what you guys would be doing. Not trying to mince words here, okay? You would not be on this side. Like, it's dark and it's light. Like, you would not be in this energy. You would not be in a relationship with your feminine. It's just kind of like common sense, okay? So at that point, if you would want to leave the karmic to raise a child by themselves, that shows a lot about your character. But the masculine would feel defeated. Like, I pulled enough cards. Let me just show you the cards I did get for the masculine, if the feminine was to basically move on permanently. Okay, so they would not be in their divine masculine power. You see how this works? So they would basically lose their ability as divine masculine, okay? They would no longer be operating from the divine masculine state. We have the Emperor in reverse, okay? Communication will be blocked, okay? You would no longer hear from the feminine. You and the feminine would no longer be on good terms, okay? There'd be no opportunity. Ace of Cups reverse, just keeping it real. The cards are really just showing out right now. The Lovers in reverse. the Justice in reverse, the Ace of Cups in reverse. So this is what the masculine would be getting, is nothing, okay? To put it bluntly, they would be getting nothing. So they would want victory, but they would only get the Tower. Okay, the masculine would want victory, but they're only getting the Tower. It's false. It's a false sense of hope. Okay, it's basically a false sense of hope. So the way that it's coming across, actually, I need like 2 more, please. So with coming together, 9 of Pentacles. So basically the masculine would want to come back together with the feminine. But I really feel like they would just meet resistance. Okay. And that's really all I have. That's really all I feel like I need to say. Okay. So thank you all for watching. This was the reading. Okay. Bye.